Did you have something particular that you went through that week? Because it was a real, I know it was a letdown for y'all. And how did you bounce back?
That definitely was a letdown for us, but I think the way that we bounced back was a mentality standpoint. We started to go into every game knowing that, hey, this is not just, all right, Bowling Green, or this is not just some small FCS school that we can just walk over. We got to treat every game as a championship game, as a game that we need to go in and win. So the mentality standpoint from going into game to game has definitely changed from that point on.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Looking forward to a lot of good football.
Yes, sir.
Jamal, how have summer workouts been going, and kind of what's the vibe like down there?
Summer workouts have definitely been tough but fun. That's where you build character. That's where you build a team bonding. It's definitely been real exciting to see how our players and how different transfers that came in and adjusted to the program.
Is there some new face that's kind of impressed you, like one of the new guys that's come in that's working really hard?
I feel like Anthony Carrias came in and worked really hard. I feel like Romello, our new outside linebacker, he's been coming in and working really hard. Our O-lineman, Rutledge, he's been coming in and working very hard. And then just from a DP standpoint, I've been seeing Saeed Gibbs been working very hard. Even Warren Burrell on the cornerback side has been working very hard. So we got a lot of key pieces that have been coming in and adjusting to what we have going on as a program. I feel like they've been doing really good this off season, this summer.
Practice starts this week. What do you want to see when you get out there on the field, knowing you guys are starting off in the right way?
Relentless. So we are the very first college football game of the season. So I would definitely want to see some relentless effort out there. The same effort that the guys and the teammates come out on day one. I want to see the same effort on day 16 when it's hard, when it's hot, when it's 2 o'clock and it's 93 degrees. You definitely want to see that consistency out of our team, especially in that fall camp era.
You sound like your coach.
Try to be.
Speaking of that first game, what are your impressions of FSU having to go against them?
Just them building off a great season last year. I know they will want to definitely build off that again this upcoming season. And probably them getting snubbed last year, they definitely have some confidence and definitely going to have like a little bit of get back in their brains of what they want to do or what they want to accomplish this season. But definitely it's an opportunity for both teams. We're both playing in a different type of environment. We're both playing overseas. We both have to put our pads on. We have to be ready to go. So definitely look forward to it.
I want to ask you about Haynes here. I mean, just give me some insight into him and what type of leader he is for this team and what he means to you guys.
So he definitely just mentioned it in the interview before, but Haynes has become way more of a vocal leader and not just leading by example, but speaking up about it, holding others accountable for what they're doing and how they're doing it. Just overall great person, and just not just a great player, but a really good person, like at heart. So I feel like Haynes is a great leader on and off the field for Georgia Tech.
Is it more encouraging? Is he like getting on guys? And getting up in them?
It's really both, encouraging and getting on guys. Like not letting everybody slack for real. So you're always gonna have some people on the team that want to slack or want to just go through the motions, and he's really been harping on it. And as a leadership group, we've really been harping on not letting people just slack or just go through the motions. Like we're here to play. We're here to play for real.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. You have a great one.
See you Wednesday.
Jamal, you're a former Grayson alum, correct?
Yes, sir.
What would you tell, you obviously hinted on it a little bit in the press conference, but you said it didn't really matter, you played in that high school. But what would you tell some of those guys that have to maybe switch a position, you're formerly a wide receiver, have to go running back, just to be available or be ready for that moment?
Absolutely. I like to tell people all the time, the best ability is availability. So if you're on that field and you're at wide receiver or you're at running back, you have to make that position change to make it. Being available as a coach and as a player is probably one of the biggest things you can do in college football, and not just college football, but in high school, middle school, also to the major leagues, the NFL. A prime example would be Deebo Samuel. I know he probably was looking around when his coach asked him to come into that backfield and get handed off the ball, but he made himself available, and look at him now. He's really setting a new wave for the wide receiver and even for the running backs in the league. So that's probably one of the biggest things, go in there with confidence.
How has Georgia Tech changed you, not only as a player on the field, but also as a man? Your head coach, Greg Keys, talked about it a lot, just, being a first-round draft, but also being able to be a CEO off the field. Talk a little bit about that, how it's changed you personally.
It definitely opens up your mind. I tell people all the time, they ask me, why did I choose Georgia Tech? Tech, I always tell them the fifth quarter of life. Your fifth quarter of life will be after football, when that ball comes down, when that ball goes flat, when the pigskin can't get picked up anymore. You definitely want to know what you want to do in life, and coming to Georgia Tech definitely played a big role in that.
And for you, what do you want to be off the field potentially when your career is over?
Personally, I want to be a CEO of a cybersecurity company. I want to create my own firm. That's like a life goal of mine.
Gotcha. Talk a little bit about the running back room. I know Anthony Carey's come in as a highly touted freshman. You guys got some pretty good pieces there in the backfield. But talk a little bit about how things been coming along.
Specifically on Anthony Carey, he's been coming in, putting his head down and working. We still have Trayvon Cooley, and then we still got Evan Dickens. We just have a lot of great pieces in that running back room. Everybody can really come in and start at any given moment. Coach McKenzie treats everybody the same. He coaches everybody the same. We have a great running back room, and I look forward to it this season.
With you kind of being a veteran, Jamal, did you kind of say anything different to them? Do you lead by example, or are you vocal? Like, what do you kind of say to those guys?
Specifically in this offseason, I've definitely been trying to be more vocal with leading by example and being more vocal, but specifically just showing guys the right way to do things and being there on time and creating a process and helping out our younger guys that came into the room.
Our last question, what can we expect from Georgia Tech football this year? I think you guys are building a lot of momentum. I think y'all on the rise. I think you're going to be here to stay for a while, but what can we expect from the Yellow Jackets this season?
Toughness and smash mouth football. That would be the two things you could expect.